Keep 10 fragrances for life, toss out the rest of my collection. So if my house was on fire, I only have time to grab 10 fragrances, which one would I grab? Yo, what's up guys, Tim here, welcome back to another video, and today we have Keep 10 Fragrances for Life. If you guys remember, I started this series like 2-3 years ago, and it became quite a popular series lately, and ever since I haven't really done an updated video on that topic because I felt like a lot of fragrances stayed the same throughout the years. But now there's actually some new fragrances in this list and some old ones got replaced to the point where I feel like, yeah, it's about time I update the list for you guys. So I have 5 cold weather fragrance and I have 5 warm weather fragrance because I really gotta think about this, right? If I can only keep 10 fragrances for the rest of my life, I cannot buy it anymore. I need to be a little bit more practical with it. So I do need some for cold weather and I do need some for hot weather. So I picked 5 and 5 for each individual temperature range, and without further ado, let's jump into them. First one, let's talk about a returning selection. This one was in the first list too, if I remember correctly. This one is Allure Homme Edition Blanche, and this one is just amazing. I love this one so much. It has a lot of creativity in it, and it's one of those fragrances where I would say is a highly underrated fragrance, especially in the designer world. This one has a lemon meringue pie vibe, very gourmandish yet fresh and summery at the same time. Very, very creative release. I love this one to death, and I cannot bring myself to let it go no matter what. Although I don't wear this one as often anymore, I smelled it and I was like, I just can't let it go. I really cannot let it go. If I was in a house fire, this is one I'm definitely grabbing for sure. Especially for summertime, this smells fantastic and the creativity is to die for. Again, cannot let this one go. I wanted to let it go because I didn't wear it enough, but just can't. Next one we're gonna go through, I guess, all the hot weather fragrances first. So the second one I'm gonna keep for the rest of my life is Ultra Zest by Thierry Mugler. Now this one is an incredible fragrance right here. Sadly discontinued now, but this one, same reason as Edition Blanche, it just smells so creative. It's such a good designer fragrance, especially for the summertime. I really could not bring myself to let it go for anything. I did the same thing, like verbatim as Edition Blanche. I went to it, I was like, maybe I'll replace Ultra Zest for this list for something else, and I smelled it and I was like, nope, not replacing it. It's it's staying in my Keep 10 for life indefinitely. It's such a good scent. And for me, you guys might already notice a trend. I love creative fragrances. I love creative fragrances that are also practical to wear, that also gets me compliments. So I love all 3 of these, and a lot of these fragrances meet all 3 of those criteria, both being mass appealing and also artistic and creative and practical at the same time. So let's move on to the third one now, and this one you can still find in a lot of different places, so I do suggest you pick this one up. This one is Aqua Amara by Bulgari. This one is just phenomenal type of fragrance. Very strong citrusy vibe, very just brutal aquatic citrus. I love this one to death. It's rumored to be discontinued for a long time now, but there's still so many of them out there in discount world. So go ahead and grab yourself a bottle, grab yourself 2 bottles. I actually have a backup of it in my house. It's one of the very few fragrances that I do have backup for because I do wear this one quite a lot when it comes to summertime. So yeah, I do need a backup of it. It's still readily available in a lot of places, so you should go ahead and grab it while you still can before it goes completely out. So yeah guys, you've been warned. Bulgari's Aqua Amara, one of the best summer fragrances out there in my personal opinion. Sad that it's being discontinued. And yeah, grab yourself a bottle while you still can. The fourth one for the hot weather season, this one is a new addition to this list. It's a brand new addition to this list, and this one is L'Homme Ideal Cologne by Guerlain. Now this one, I was picking between this one and Gentleman Cologne by Givenchy because I was thinking like, man, I need one very creative clean scent for the summertime, and I love the cologne so much. And I was thinking like, man, that one's so nice, but this one's also so nice. I smell it side by side and I was like, which one do I pick? They're both so good. I went with this one. I went with the cologne from Guerlain because I don't have any other Guerlain on this list. I wanted at least one Guerlain DNA in my collection if I can only keep 10 of them. And yes, this one took the cake over the Givenchy. And yeah, it's just a good release, guys. It's recently discontinued, so go grab it while you still can. It's $20 right now, very, very cheap. I really, really highly recommend this one a lot when it comes to summertime creative scent. This one also would satisfy a lot of niche heads as well, not only designer heads. This one would actually satisfy some people who just likes niche because it just smells incredible. Creamy, citrusy, and you don't really think creamy works in summer, but hey, dude, creamy, citrusy, clean, it works. It just works because it's Guerlain and they know how to make something smell creative. That's what I associate Guerlain with, and it's definitely true, especially in Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Cologne. So grab this one while you still can. Next one here is a discontinued one that you can't actually grab anymore. There's no longer this on the market and at discounters. If you ever find it, it's very, very expensive. This one is Invictus Aqua, the original. By the way, the original Invictus Aqua, not the 2018. I don't like the 2018 as much. This one, 2016, is phenomenal. It's one of the best release from Paco Rabanne, in my personal opinion. It just takes the Invictus DNA, give it a little bit more of an aquatic nose, tone down the aggressive sweetness a little bit, and what ends up is just a very nice masterpiece of a release from Paco Rabanne. I have no clue at all why they chose to discontinue this one in favor of the 2018. I really don't know, because the 2018 is so bland in comparison, in my personal opinion, to the 2016 one. Love this one to death. Sadly, you guys cannot find this one anymore. So if you have a bottle of this one, hold it close to your heart, go to sleep with it, whatever, get weird, I don't know. But yeah, bottom line, just cherish the shit out of this bottle because it's just a phenomenal release. I'm just so sad that this is the only juice I have left of this. I have like maybe half the bottle left, and I'm really reluctant to wear it because I do not want to run out of this one eventually. So yeah, that's it for the 5 summer fragrances or 5 hot weather fragrances. Now let's jump into the winter ones, the cold weather ones. And the first one I want to talk about, it's finally time. So this one is a code fragrance, Armani code fragrance. This one has been debated for a long time. Which one is actually better? Code Profumo or Code Absolu? And I really had to make a decision when it comes to this video because this is a keep 10 for life. So I can only keep one of these out of Profumo or Absolu. And I'm thinking like, man, I now have to finally make a definitive decision on which one is actually better. And my pick goes to Profumo. I still love Profumo more than Absolu. Now, like I said in previous videos, Absolu is more mature, more silky smooth. It fits more my personality now. Profumo is more juvenile, more playful. It fit my personality back then. But when I smell them really side by side, and I was thinking like, if I was actually running away from a fire and I actually had to pick just one of these, which one would I grab? And like, dude, my nose went for Profumo because it just smells still. I love that kind of juvenile sweetness, the root beer kind of vibe that's in here. It's still an incredible, incredible fragrance to me, and it does hold a lot of memories. Now I'm gonna say though that the memories definitely did not play a role in me picking this one. I know this for a fact because I was picking it just purely off the smell alone. Which one would I rather wear on a daily basis, or which one would I rather wear very often? I picked Profumo. So yes, Profumo won over Absolu for me personally for the best sweet fragrance from the Armani Code line. Next one for the cold weather, we have Gentleman EDP. And this is one of the reasons why I picked the Guerlain cologne over the Givenchy cologne, because I already have a Givenchy DNA in this one and I didn't have a Guerlain DNA yet, so I picked the Guerlain one over the Givenchy cologne because I already have a Givenchy cologne. And this one is replacing Valentino Uomo Intense. If you guys recall, Valentino Uomo Intense was in my last list and I love that fragrance to death. It smells extremely, extremely gorgeous. No takeaway from Valentino Uomo Intense whatsoever. It's phenomenal, phenomenal fragrance, but this one is just better. It's just slightly better, more complex, more masculine. It's just, for me, my personality and my life, it just works so much better than Valentino Uomo Intense. So this one, beats over Valentino One Intense if I was in a fire per se, and I was only grab one of each one. So yeah, this one is incredible iris type fragrance. It smells similar to Valentino One Intense and Jerome Intense, as you guys may all know. This one to me is just the most complex yet still practical and creative at the same time, more so than the other ones are. So that's why I picked this one. Love this one a lot. Performance is amazing. I have nothing really bad to say about this fragrance at all. So yes, for winter time, cold weather, definitely keeping Gentleman EDP. Next one that I'm gonna keep is from Mugler, and I cannot live without this one, honestly. This one is Pure Malt. Pure Malt is my staple nights out fragrance for the fall and winter time. This one is one that I reach for the most when I think about going out to the bar, when I think about going out to the casino here in Las Vegas. This is the one that I reach for absolutely the most. So Pure Malt right here. Absolutely amazing fragrance. I really cannot live without it. It's still very much readily available, so you guys can go pick up a bottle for yourself. It is quite expensive. Now, Mugler goes through seasons, sometimes more expensive, sometimes not so much, sometimes more expensive, sometimes not so much. This is on the up season for Pure Malt. It's getting more and more expensive. Hopefully they don't discontinue this thing, because that would be very, very sad. I should probably pick up another bottle if they are planning on discontinuing this thing. But it is a phenomenal nights out fragrance, smells very extroverted. And in terms of being a boozy fragrance, this one is a #1 boozy fragrance for designers in my personal opinion. CH Privé has nothing on Pure Malt. It's just, wow, no competition. This one much more creative, much more extroverted, and much more playful than CH Privé. So hence why boozy nights out time, fall and winter, I pick Pure Malt. On to the top 2 spot now, guys. This has been quite an intense video. Now, top 2 spot here that I'm gonna keep, you guys probably already know them, honestly, because I talk about them so much here. And these two are tied to be my 2 most favorite fragrances ever. And I'm just gonna talk about one of them right now. This one is Prada's L'Homme Absolu. This one is an incredible gem. A lot of reviewers out there don't agree with me. A lot of people out there don't agree with me, but dude, this one, I'm telling you, it is so good. No one have worn this fragrance more than me, that's for sure. And throughout the time that I wore it, I've never had a bad experience. I love this fragrance to death. It's my #1 and 2 fragrance that I love the most for a good reason. The #1 spot is still the #1 spot. We'll talk about that later. This one, so good. Cardamom, iris, it's so evenly matched in this fragrance. I feel like they're fighting over each other to be the dominant note in here. So unique of an experience to me. The cardamom is strong, the iris is dry, also strong. It's, to me, just comes off very sexy, very mass appealing, sexy, but still has that dark masculine vibe as well, because the iris in here, like I said, brings out a little bit of a darkness, a very dry kind of darkness, while cardamom brings out a very sexy, dry, fresh, spicy appeal. To me, this is a very good release from Prada. I love this one a lot, and it's one that I'm gonna be wearing for a very, very long time. So yes, Prada L'Homme Absolute, #2 spot, and what I would keep if I was in a fire. So moving on now, we have the #1. And #1 is no brainer. If you guys know my channel, you guys know this one. And yes, I still do love it despite not wearing it for a long time, because I had a lot of other fragrances to test. But this one is still absolutely my #1 by a small margin now, because Absolute is, you know, climbing up pretty close. By a small margin, but still my #1. This one is Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme from Chanel. No fragrance is really gonna take the spot of this one. This one just smells the most like me. Man, is that good. I miss wearing it. Oh my God. I actually could spray it right now, because I miss wearing it so much. Oh, oh God, it's just so powerful. Love this one so much. The fresh tonka bean, minty vibe. It's just, this is a men's fragrance. This is a legendary men's fragrance. To me, this is the pinnacle of just practicality and mass appeal mixed with a little bit of creativity at the same time. This is the pinnacle for me, for my collection, and just for my taste in general. I cannot find a fragrance in the designer realm, and hey, even in the niche realm, that gives me as much joy to wear as this one. No doubt whatsoever. This one is still #1 spot for me forever. Allure Homme Sport All Extreme from Chanel. I'm keeping this one forever. No matter how many times I refresh this Keep 10 list, you're always going to see this one at the #1 spot. Alright guys, that's it for the Keep 10 designer fragrances for life. Let me know down in the comment section below, which 10 would you keep if you can only keep 10 for yourself, alright? Don't cheat, don't pick honorable mention, just pick only 10. Force yourself, pick only 10. And with that said guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace and bye.